Hello again. This is John Hummel, Senior Technical Writer for Altinity, presenting an instructional video on running ClickHouse clusters under a Kubernetes operator called the ClickHouse operator. That's a mouthful. By now, you may have watched the other videos on how to install the ClickHouse operator and set up a basic cluster. If you haven't, you really should, because they are so much fun. More fun than making your own homemade cookies? Probably not. But you can't run ClickHouse on cookies. Not yet. We're building off those other videos, but if you want to get caught up quickly on how to use the Kubernetes services to run a cluster of ClickHouse, you can also find the instructions on the Altinity documentation site. If you missed the other videos, 1, they're in our history, you can go back and watch them, and 2, click the bell icon so you're actually notified of when we update new videos. To recap, we've shown how to install the ClickHouse operator into your Kubernetes services and how to create a simple cluster with 1, 2, or more shards. You can make as many shards as you want, but this time, we're going to demonstrate how to set up replicas for your clusters. As of this time, Zookeeper is required for cluster replication with ClickHouse and Kubernetes. The ClickHouse operator does not manage the Zookeeper. That's all done externally. The steps are included here so that you're aware of how to do them. As in our other videos, we're going to be running Kubernetes using the Docker desktop on OS X. The instructions and configuration files will translate to the other operating systems that are running Kubernetes using Docker containers. We'll start with our configuration file named sample03.yaml. Here we're going to define our Zookeeper nodes, the Zookeeper hostname of zookeeper-0.zookeepers.test, and the port. This is a very simple setup without any major complexity. If you want to copy and paste our example, you can do so from the Altinity documentation site. As in our other ClickHouse on Kubernetes videos, we establish our cluster. We're sticking with the name Demo01, and this time we're running 2 shards with 2 replicas. As a reminder, Zookeeper is required when you want to make cluster replicas. When ready, save the configuration file and apply it to your Kubernetes environment under the namespace test with kubectl apply-f sample03.yaml-n test. It should be on your screen. We've already set up a watch command to keep an eye on our cluster. The command is watch kubectl-n test get chi-o wide. See the pods that are available with kubectl get service-n test. If you followed our other videos, we can now connect directly to our ClickHouse database through the load balancer's public IP address. We're going to use the ClickHouse client command line application. As a reminder, we're running an OS X, so we're using the binary built version of the ClickHouse client, so the commands are slightly different. Full details on how to use the ClickHouse client are available on clickhouse.tech. We'll log in just like we have in our other examples, and take a look at our clusters with the select all from system.clusters SQL command. Looks like it's all there. Now, I can tell you that this is a cluster with 2 shards and 2 replicas for a total of 4 nodes. But how do I prove it? Let's create a distributed table. Let's name our distributed table test. I know, not the most original name, but this is a sample. And make it a ClickHouse distributed table. If you want to know more about how the different table or database engines in ClickHouse work, check out the documentation on the clickhouse.tech site or the Altinity resources page for best practices on ClickHouse and other guides. To create our distributed table, use the following command from within ClickHouse. You can copy and paste it from the Altinity documentation page. You can see in the example that the engine type is distributed. If we do a select from it, of course, we're not going to get any data because we haven't inserted any data into it. So select all from test, it just shows dummy information. This is fine, but now let's see how our table is replicating. If we use the following command, select hostname from test, we'll see which host is returning our query. If we keep running it, you'll start to see different hosts returning the query because the table has been distributed to those nodes. This has been a very simple example on how to set up replicas in your ClickHouse cluster under the Kubernetes operator with Zookeeper. If you want some more detailed information, we'll provide links for our Kubernetes-related webinars and blog posts available on the Altinity webpage. To be notified of our upcoming videos, make sure you've subscribed and hit the bell icon. And if you're interested in learning more about how to best use ClickHouse, check out our webinars or detailed blog posts on the Altinity resources page. Link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy coding.